This podcast may contain offensive content. You have been warned. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Diecast Podcast. I am your host and DM, Johnny, and we have Tales from Trollskull, Episode 5, Date Night, as the heroes take over Trollskull Manor for a brief brunch date and try to learn some new information. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for listening. And before we get everything started, I would love to thank our sponsor, the Storytelling Collective. As you know, as you've already heard, the Storytelling Collective is an online community that offers great and affordable programs if you want to learn how to write your first TTRPG adventure, or break into things like comics or self-marketing, or just if you're having trouble filling that void or getting that writing bug going, they can help you out. I can't say enough good things about it. You should go check them out on their website at storytellingcollective.com or on Twitter at storytellingcol, C-O-L at the end. They are a great, awesome community, include a whole bunch of people. They value diversity and strength, and that makes them amazing. Go check them out. Thank you so much for sponsoring us. Thank you so much for the love, and hopefully you enjoy the episode. Just a couple of things to go over before we jump right into it. It's a relatively quick episode, but the RP is there and the comedy is chef's kiss. It's so fun. When this first got pitched, I just had this idea of kind of like this Justice League of all the members from other groups mixing and interacting with each other, and this is just like the start of that, and I can't wait for the story to develop and the adventure to develop and everything just to take wings and fly, because I think it's going to be really, really good. So I'm really excited for that. And if you're excited too, you should follow us on all our social medias, on our Twitter and Instagram at Diecast Podcast, even on TikTok. You can find us on any app that plays a podcast. It's so easy to find us, and on our own website at www.flyinglizardstudio.com. On YouTube, essentially, if there's a place for us, we are there. We'd love to have you share us with friends. It would help us out a lot, and we'd really appreciate it. A couple of big announcements before we get going. The first one, Thursday, March 9th. That will be our 8th anniversary. We've been doing this for 8 years. What the crap? That is a long time for D&D, and a lot of storylines still going on. And so just from Miles, Steph, and myself, and everyone who's been on the cast, everyone who's listened, everyone who's new, everyone who's been here since the start, thank you. 8 years is an amazing amount of time, and it's been so much fun. It's funny to think back on our first episode and compare to what we're doing now, and just seeing this journey we've all taken together. And it makes you sit back and appreciate everything that's gone on. And just all I can say is thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for helping this podcast grow and win awards. And yeah, I guess that's all I can really say. Is just thank you for 8 years, and let's keep going for more. We've still got a lot more adventures and a lot more story to tell. So happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to everyone who's come along. It's been such a wild ride. Thank you. And to keep the ride going, we have two things, a double weekend that we're going to do. We're going to be at Breakout Con from March 17th to 19th. I'll be running games on the Friday, 2 games on Friday, 2 and 1 game on Saturday. The first 2 games are Monster Hunter 1, Monster Hunter 2, where we're going to get some heroic PCs to go out and capture or convince some high CR monsters to partake in a little tournament and see if they'd be interested in doing some gladiatorial combat, or just convince them the good old fashioned way by putting the boots to them. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then Saturday is going to be our kind of American Ninja Warrior, our grand tournament, to see a group of tier 4 PCs come out and try and run the gauntlet, run the challenge rating gauntlet, and see how far they can get. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope to see everyone there. If you've played at a convention with us in the past, we have little tokens that we like to give out for people who play. You can use them at those games. You may need them for instant critical successes. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And also, we're also the same weekend, we're going to be at Toronto Comic-Con. It's either going to be on the Saturday or the Sunday. Keep your eye out on our social media. We will send an update when they come. Once we get our days and times locked in, we will let everyone know. Come on over, say hi. You can meet the cast. You can have some fun, and just have a good old nerdy, geeky time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get this episode started, just to let everyone know, this is the last bit of the first block. As we said, we've broken them up into tiny little blocks just to make sure everyone's schedules works together. So there'll be a little bit of time off, and then stick to the social media. We will be there to tell you when we're coming back. It shouldn't be too long, but we're already starting to get the recording and the planning done, and I'm really excited to see where this Tales from Trollskull adventure goes. So this is going to be it for us for a couple of weeks. Tell a loved one how you feel. The sun is coming back, and the days will be longer, and I hope everyone's doing really, really well. Stay safe out there. See you at Breakout Con. See you at Comic-Con. Happy 8th anniversary, March 9th. I think that's it. I just love you all so much. Have a good one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Diecast Podcast. I am your host and DM, Johnny, and we have Tales from Trollskull, Volume 2, The Forest Festival, Date Night, as we had our Avengers Assemble episode last time, where we got together and kind of spilt the tea about what was going on. You know, we got glowy orbs, we got golden eyes, we got hipsters bringing ticks and arachnids back to the forest and infecting everybody. And it all kind of came boiling down to Elsbeth and her Aasimar friend Ignan planning out a date for Trollskull Manor in the morning. So, throwing this out to the players, this is your canvas of Trollskull Manor. How do you wish to decorate? How do you wish to prepare? What's on the menu for food, for drink, for frivolity? Are we swiping right? Are we swiping left? What's going on here? Are we super liking a bee or something like that? So paint me
Always.
a visage of what's going on.
I will be bartending and pretending like I'm not at all watching what's happening too closely.
Yojin will be waitstaff. Yojin will be coming in and out of the back kitchen every time with a sticky bun. But conveniently enough, that sticky bun never seems to make it to the table.
Fair, and also true.
I'm gonna need another sticky bun.
I've ordered 5 sticky buns. I have not seen one yet. Yojin's like, I don't know what's going on.
This is so weird.
She's like little chipmunk cheeks. So.
Bucket will actually be bringing food. Just whatever's on the table, whatever gets put in front of him, he'll bring out.
Nice.
I heard the suggestion before of Daisy sitting there with like the newspaper with the holes cut out for her eyes, and I can't stop thinking about how perfect it is. So that's basically her trying to be stealthy, keeping an eye on Elsbeth on this date because she does not trust this gentleman.
All right, our pious Wano.
Wano is in the back just like washing dishes, just like power washing,
all right.
Taking out trash and smoking like some magical elf
Keeping the
weed.
line moving, like just
Back a house.
Yeah, back of house.
Just sacred,
just like
some dishes coming in.
Yeah, just weird like folk, like mandolin music playing.
Nice.
I feel like between you and
Yeah.
Bucket, you're the only two getting stuff done.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
All right, so
Bucket's putting the chits up. And Yojin's
You'll
sitting
get your
down.
liquor. You'll get your liquor.
I don't know why it's so busy when there's just 2 people eating, right?
It's a lot of sticky bun chits. Like the sticky bun chits have not stopped.
A lot of takeout orders, a lot of fantasy Uber Eats.
There's a sticky bun for Yojin. There's a sticky bun for Flojin. There's a sticky bun for Mojin. She's just going through the alphabet at this point.
Yeah, that's fine. Not very creative.
But I will ask for a stealth check with advantage from our Ranger Lord with her holdout newspaper.
All right, let's see.
Tell me what you get.
See if it pops up. Oh, well, that's a 1.
Okay, that's what we're starting off the
but-
night with.
Well, you did say advantage, right?
Advantage,
so I can
yes.
roll again?
Yes.
Okay, which better? 18
20
plus 4.
22. Very good. As far as you know, there is a Furlbog with lots of fame reading a newspaper in the corner. But it is the morning time in Trollskull Manor and Trollskull Alley. The Paladins, the Order of the Silver Gauntlet, are still out observing, keeping their not very discreet outpost just on the other side of the street, making notes of people coming in and out. There is a nice big sign up that says closed for a private event. So the bar and tavern is empty. You just have the wood creaks of the house or the manor settling down on top of itself. Liff and Bucket and Wano are in the back working their kitchen magic. Granted, a lot of it is being done by the expert bartender ghost, Liff, as you see just various ingredients and pots and pans floating about, and the smells coming out of the kitchen are amazing. Actually, his prodigy Martem is there as well. So this little, about 10-year-old kid, former street urchin from the city of Waterdeep, is also a very skilled cook. Bucket, you're amazed at his age and his skill level don't seem to match up. That his skill level is far exceeds what someone of 10 years old should be able to make inside a kitchen. And Wano,
Bucket's just concerned at his age. He's like, "You should be careful with that knife. Oh, please, there's so much fire."
Is this child labor?
And Wano, there's not a whole lot of dishes for you to do, so you're just kind of on roving break duty until the dinner actually starts to get prepared. But the rest of the residents of Trollskull Manor got the note, they got the message, they've cleared out, and it's about 9:30ish in the morning. It's like an early brunch time, as you just see this one solitary smoldering figure walking down Trollskull Alley. It's still kind of like that early dewy, and you see like this little wisps of vapor coming off of his shoes. He's got an immaculate 3-piece suit, all red and crimson, with like these little embroidered, almost like cracks and fissures in a volcano side that just kind of like catches the light and illuminates almost like as he breathes. That looks like he's a breathing volcano. Red skin, black hair, and just kind of smoldering lava eyes as he comes walking in, and it smells he hasn't smelled like that before, but it is that distinct Christmas time campfire smell of just burning pine, burning balsam wood as he comes in. It's a very refreshing smell, and just the smallest trace of like a cinnamon or like a hot chocolate type of sweet smell as he comes walking in and he sees everybody there, and he kind of opens
He
up.
doesn't see Elsbeth yet.
He has not seen Elsbeth
Because
yet.
Elsbeth has been somewhat waiting in the wings.
You see him pull back his jacket. He's got a very nice, finely glimmering gold chain that kind of comes across his waist. And he's got like the white dress shirt and like the red vest on. As he looks at him, he's like, "Well, this place cleans up very nicely."
Yojin comes parading over with a tray with a singular sticky bun on it. "What can I do you for?" They're trying a terrible accent.
It's like, well, I believe I'm here for my brunch date with Elsbeth. As he takes your sticky bun, you can almost immediately see that the bun begins to warm up, and like just the sugar and the caramelize just begins to slowly drip down his hand a little bit. It's like, just takes a, this is delicious.
Wait, is he eating my sticky bun?
He is, yes.
Yojin kind of just stands there shocked for a second. Do you have a reservation?
I believe it's with Elsbeth. I don't know where I'm sitting yet. I've just was told to dress up appropriately and show up for my brunch date.
Well, I don't know if we have any tables for you.
You see him look around. It's like, well, is there a pre-set place, or can I just grab a
Come on in, sit wherever you want.
You see him point up to Mari. It's like, all right. And you see him he takes a booth by the window so you can see like the outside of Trollskull Manor as he sits down. His posture is very perfect as you see the alley starting to wake up for the morning as commerce and people begin to move about. And again, as you look outside, you can see very clearly two people in that grayish silver plate armor, red sash coming down across the chest of the Order of the Silver Gauntlet, just keeping eyes and tabs on people in the window of Trollskull Manor.
Hold on. Yojin quickly goes up to him. You can't sit there. It's the wrong spot. You need to come here. And they tug at his cloak and be like, you have to come sit at this table.
He's like, I'm so sorry. As you see him whisper, gently glide up out of his seat and follows you immediately.
It's a table right out in the open that Yojin leads them to, and it's right out in the open in the center of everything, so everyone has clear as eyes on that table completely. No booth.
All the other tables are like pushed away a little farther.
Perfect. It seems like, oh well, I mean, I guess the center of the room is the best acoustics, I suppose.
Yeah, other tables are reserved.
Bucket will come out.
I run out from behind the bar
with like a white tablecloth and like one of those multi-candlestick
candelabra
things. Yeah. And just set it out on the table. The fire giant runes light up in his gauntlet, and he lights the candles. He's like, I set the table.
Oh, you've done a masterful job. This looks wonderful. Thank you so much.
Just walks back to the kitchen.
Yojin trails after, still disappointed that the sticky bun was eaten right off their tray.
So Elsbeth has been told it's good to be somewhat fashionably late for these things so that she can make entrance. But none of you have really seen her outside of her like adventuring garb. She normally has her sort of wispy blonde hair is usually in braids, and she wears her feathers cap, and she has her kind of leathers on and has her lute strapped over her shoulder and bag and everything. But she enters the restaurant, and she is wearing it's breakfast, so it's a little more casual, but she is wearing sort of summery small flower patterned dress that is cinched just at like an empress waist, and it has like puffy sleeves. It's like a summer kind of dress, and her hair is actually down in soft waves, and she's enchanted her freckles to kind of shimmer gold across her face, and she enters and she takes a deep breath.
Are you doing the she's all that coming down the staircase from the second floor?
Yes,
if there's
please.
a visible staircase, absolutely. Yeah. If it's visible from that table, absolutely.
As you glide your way down the stairs, you actually see Ingen stand up and kind of like out of his chair and just kind of like almost in a state of like disbelief as he sees you wafting down. He gives a slight bow and offers to pull the chair out for you as you get seated at the table.
She kind of nods her head and she says, "Good morning."
It's like, "Good morning."
And sits herself down.
You see him sit down as well, and he says, "This promises to be an enchanting morning, I think."
Well, I hope you slept well. I'll be honest, I was a bit of a bundle of nerves. Well, to be completely honest, I've never been on an, so to say. I've read lots about them though, and food's always good.
Well, from what I've understood of the reviews of this place, the food is always great, and I'm sure the company will be up to the task as well.
Mari comes over with 2 glasses of honey wine.
Ooh, honey wine.
On the house.
Oh.
Yes, for breakfast. It's 5:00 somewhere.
Yojin shows up shortly after, before they can even take a sip. I'm sorry, you can't wear those they can't wear capes in here. I need to take your jacket, and starts tugging at his coat.
Certainly, you see him take off his jacket and hands it to you, Yojin.
Yojin takes it, immediately goes for the pockets.
All right, give me your choice: investigation or perception check.
I'm going to be trying to keep his attention.
All right.
Just conversationally, in case that would assist.
Then you get advantage on this.
Wouldn't that be sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand to pull something, investigation or perception to see what's in there first, to search him.
Okay, well, sleight of hand is 24.
Yeah, and you're getting advantage on this because Elsbeth is sufficiently distracting him.
Excellent. And then investigation. Less great.
But still with advantage, so 20 as well.
20 it is.
Excellent. So Yojin, your masterful thieves' hands immediately. It's almost, you know how people just instinctively put their sleeves, their arms into sleeves. Yours are hands into pockets. As you just immediately grab it and then you feel down. You feel two things of note, two things of interest. One is a handkerchief that feels like it's been inside like a warmer or like a toaster. Like it feels supernaturally warm. It's made of like this golden thread. It feels like wrapping yourself in a warm towel after you come out of a shower. It feels very nice. And it's got embroidery on it. What languages do you speak?
That's a great question. I speak Common and
probably Halfling.
And Halfling, yeah. And then I understand Thieves' Cant. But that's it.
Nothing you've seen before. And the other is a folded up piece of parchment, also with writing on it that is exactly the same as what's embroidered on his handkerchief.
All right. As soon as Yojin gets those items, she just takes the coat and kind of like tosses it on one of the tables randomly. Well, in that debrief, Yojin looks at Mari over the bartender and kind of like gives him a little "haha, I got shit" wave.
Nice tissue.
Hey, look at this.
I continue to clean glasses jealously.
Daisy gestures over to Mari like,
I'm gonna come over. Mari comes over.
And she bends the newspaper down and like includes you behind it, and she's like, has Elsbeth always been this pretty?
I mean, yeah, but the glowing is new.
It's a lot.
It is, but it's so pretty I can't look away. It's gold. She has gold freckles. I whisper.
I never realized before, I guess.
Oh yeah. Oh, very pretty. So pretty, but so gold.
For people that are interested, you may give me an insight or perception roll, your choice.
Elsbeth is giving, because she's been living at Trollskull Manor, she's been giving a full rundown of the menu. Like, if you're feeling like something savory, you want to go for the omelette, but the crepes are to die for, and then you could go savory sweet if you wanted. Honestly, any of the pastries are great, but the top of the list is the sticky buns. You cannot get enough. Honestly, I've never had anything other than at Wendy's Cottage. I've never had anything like the sticky buns.
You see,
Just like rambling.
What were we rolling for?
Insight or perception, your choice.
Oh, I have 25 perception.
Ooh, nice.
1 insight.
All right, so Mari and Daisy, as you're confabbing about what's going on, even though he's got almost fire elemental type of skin, like a deep black, almost into a crimson, you can tell there's definitely a slight blushing right around the cheekbones of Ingin's face.
Oh, I think he likes the gold too.
He better watch himself. That's all I'm saying.
To where we're all watching him. I scurry away.
You see Ingen say to you, Elsbeth, he's like, well, I think I will try the crepes on your recommendation. I'm feeling sweet today, so I think I will indulge myself if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely. I really go for a savory sweet combo, so I love me. It's I'm not sure where it's from originally. It's like this sandwich where the bread is like egg battered toast, and then inside is ham and mustard and this creamy sauce, and then you drizzle it all in maple syrup, and it's delicious. And you have to eat it with a knife and fork because it's just too messy otherwise. But I did have a bit of an idea to get to maybe know each other better. If you're interested, we could maybe like play a game of 20 questions where you ask me a question and then I get to ask you a question. We can find out a bit more about each other. Because that's what these things are for, right?
You seem taken aback a little bit, and you seem smiles like, that sounds absolutely fascinating. Do you wish to go first, or should I?
You go ahead and ask a question.
We all lean in a little bit closer from our stations.
You hear that?
I'm really into the book thing.
Yojin's pretending to clean a table nearby, and it's just like do 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 do.
Same spot over and over.
Yeah.
Did anyone actually take the order?
No one's taken the order.
I brought some drinks.
Real quick, I'll come out and just be like, I'll take your order.
It's like, I will have... Actually, you know what? I'll have
you
what
see
Elsbeth is having.
Yojin's just behind, like, at Bucket, just being like, how dare you? Like, they were in the middle of getting some information. Just waving their arms.
And I'll just point to the menu and say, two, then, please.
Of course. Right away. Walk back into the kitchen and somehow know, like, the fry cook, like, lingo, like the slang. Like, I need 2 boxes of grandma's breakfast or something, like, make it swim and...
Oh, yeah, like I need 2 boxes of grandma's breakfast. Make it swim. Make it extra sweet with syrup, too.
Like that
Cusco's
scene in Emperor's
poison.
New Groove
Yeah.
where Kronk comes to
Cusco's poison. The poison for Cusco. The poison specifically designed to poison Cusco. Cusco's poison. I love Richard Warburton so much. It's my favorite. Good. You seem lean forward after like almost that brief interruption of automaton Bucket coming in, taking the order. And he says, "Do you have a good relationship with your family?"
Oh, yeah. Technically, adopted. I was sort of dropped up on the doorstep of my parents' home. So they are actually dwarves, and so is my brother. I'm a half elf, but I was raised by them, and I grew up in a small town, and I write them letters, and actually my lute that I normally have with me, my brother actually crafted it for me before I left town, and I carry a locket here, and inside is it's the only thing that's with me when I was dropped off, but it has a locket in it, and I like to think that it might have been mother's, maybe. No, for sure. Otherwise, yeah, I have a good. I miss home a lot, actually. I feel like I haven't been gone that long, but a lot's happened since I left.
So you see Ingman smile and say, "Well, I think that's something we have in common because I guess technically I'm an orphan as well."
Really? Did you grow up here in Waterdeep?
Oh no, I'm a recent resident. I recently moved in not too long ago.
Into that great big home. Oh, sorry, that's 2 questions.
That's all right. That's my current employment. That's not my home, though.
See, well, I just assumed you ran the place the way you're stood up giving orders.
I organize it, but I definitely do not run it.
Well, that's your turn then.
It's like, all right.
You see Yojin in the background just being like waving their head, like, keep going, you're on the right train of thought.
Mari's peeking over the bar.
Because you're an adventurer, so what's the most dangerous thing you fought so far?
Oh, well, we haven't fought, but we had a very close call in the Enchanted Forest. There's some sort of creature there called the Nameless One or the Faceless One, and whatever it touches, it instantly kills. Like, it left these great massive footprints on the ground. It walked right past where we were sleeping, and even Wendy, who's powerful witch in the woods, even she didn't go yet. It's no good. So that's like the scariest thing. Other than that, we cleared the whole nest of sort of infested gnolls. That was kind of nasty. Anything could be dangerous, if you don't have the right tools to deal with it. But luckily, I have a good group and we really rely on each other, and that saves lives. Genuinely.
Everyone who's in ear or who's an eye shot of Ignan or the central table, give me either a perception or an insight check, please.
Can I also roll? Because I do want to see his reaction too.
You'll get advantage because you're right in front of him. There's nowhere to hide. So 13 from our Ranger Lord.
23.
Yojin gets a 12.
Sorry, I'm just loading.
No, that's all right.
I'm going to do insights.
Ooh, 25. 15 or higher for folks that got that.
I have 23 on my dice.
Oh, perfect. For Mari. All right, so everyone who got 15 or higher, that is everyone except for Yojin. You see his eyes flutter at the name of the Faceless One or the Nameless One. He recognizes that name. He definitely has a recognition of that name, that entity.
And DM, I just want to confirm from past lore, did we connect that entity to Dormu or
yes,
no?
Absolutely.
That is Dormu?
It's essentially he's projecting himself, like he physically can't escape his tree prison, but it's like...
And Elsbeth knows that. That's what I wanted to make sure. Okay.
Correct.
I'm going to wave over Yojin.
Yojin looks a little disgruntled and kind of walks over.
What? What'd you get? What did you get?
I don't know. I can't read. I got this like nasty handkerchief and then a piece of paper. Yojin kind of opens up their pocket and shows Daisy the stuff.
I speak a bunch of languages. I don't know.
Fire me off the languages that you speak.
Common, Elvish, Giant, Infernal, and Sylvan.
It's all in Infernal.
Got it.
All right.
So the handkerchief just says Ignan in Infernal, and the folded up piece of paper is essentially like notes for the meeting he was going to have today, where it's like, ask her about the forest, ask her about the Nameless One, ask her about the infection, ask her about the cultist, see if she is open to a partnership, willing to negotiate terms on establishing an alliance. It's like essentially like a to-do list in Infernal.
So not like a how to date someone profile.
No, it's very much an order of operations type of thing.
Daisy, it's just all a bunch of nonsense. Do you know what this says?
It says that you should definitely spill something on him.
Oh, okay. And they Yojin, because to them it's worthless. They just kind of throw this stuff at Daisy and then go over to Mari. Mari,
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
I need something gross.
Hot or cold?
Ooh,
Cold. He's hot.
cold.
I start pouring a really thick, weird, creamy, curdly milkshake.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. I hope this doesn't offend, but I've been dying of curiosity, and you have to understand I'm from a very small town, and everything that I've come across since leaving home has been brand new for me, and I'm just so curious, but it's been bugging me ever since the first time I met you. If you eat something cold, does it hurt your teeth? Are you really sensitive to the cold? Or does it immediately melt? If you had a bowl of ice cream, or does that is that not for you? Will you not eat cold things?
You
or
see
is
him
it...
smile and chuckle a bit and said, I'd be very surprised if a bowl of ice cream made it within 10 feet of me and not become a bowl of cream.
Order up!
So wait, you've never felt the cold?
No, the cold never really bothered me anyways.
No!
Ba-ba-da.
All right, while they're talking, Yojin grabs this creamy cold disaster and just takes it and immediately stomps over.
Wait. I put a cherry on top of it before you leave.
Thanks.
Are you going to be subtle?
Not subtle at all. Yojin is stomping on a mission and just goes right over, plants it in front of him and just order up.
All right.
Plants it in front of him and then immediately tips it over on top of him.
Yojin, you're going to have to give me either your choice of a stealth check or a performance check.
Ooh. That is going to be a stealth.
17.
Is that good?
Against his passive wisdom, as you say, order up, as you come forth the bowl, he may actually, almost with some martial skill, stands up, grabs the bowl, spins it around, and sits it back down on the table as you see this formative cream just begin to kind of slowly melt as the maraschino cherry just kind of bobs in the middle of the bowl. Oh, are you okay? I'm so sorry. That was almost a catastrophe right there. Are you all right?
That was so impressive.
I think Yojin kind of loses their accent. I think I'm all right, but you ruined the drink.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have that effect on frozen dairy products or most frozen products as it is. My sincere apologies.
Yojin just gives a big sigh. Ugh! And goes to the kitchen just to hide away for a little bit.
Your reflexes are amazing. It's like you've been bit by a radioactive biter or something.
Oh, no, it's my past is a bit more formative than that. I'm afraid. I do carry a bit of my own baggage, if you will.
That opens up a whole thing of questions, but it's your turn.
Oh, let's see.
Meanwhile, in the back, Yojin's trying to get Bucket and Wano to join them in this dude's bad news. You know, Daisy said we need to spill something cold on him, so I think we all need to get involved and take turns.
Why? Why are we spilling something?
Well, the spilling isn't working.
Daisy said to do it, and she's in charge of this mission, so we're gonna trust her on this. We need to spill something cold on the flame boy.
Okay.
I could spill something cold on a customer. That would be rude.
He's not a customer, he's a target. Bucket. We talked about this.
Guano gets a big pot, fills it up with water and ice and goes, all right, I'll do it.
Just a parade of people walking by with large vats of whatever and then being whoops.
I love it.
Guano looks like
I
the
wanted him
Muppet.
to have an excuse to leave the room, not to put him out.
Guano looks like the Muppet with the yellow, with an orange mustache.
Oh, the Swedish
and with
chef.
sunglasses on, so the beams are coming out a little, but not a lot.
Oh.
He's like,
Wano, if you turn your eyes on,
Well, I thought they don't turn on. I thought they don't turn off.
Yeah.
No, you can turn them off, but if you turn them on, with your golden eyes on, you technically have true sight, and you can tell that Ignan is not in his original form.
Even it was going to be comically like he was going to do it, but because he sees this, he really does fall and throw. He's like, "Watch out! I have ice water coming up!" Whoa!
Are you going for area spray or a specific target?
Oh no!
It's going to be an area spray, so it gets both of them.
I'm going to need Elsbeth and Ignis to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
I did already.
I
rolled an 8.
Oh, no.
Do I have to roll or?
No, you just do it.
Oh.
He rolls a 10.
Dress is kind of light colored and it's a little flimsy, I'll be honest.
So you see this stout little dwarf with a big pot of cold water. Obviously, tact and finesse is not what's needed here. You just need someone with a big couple of gallons of cold water, and out comes Wano. Boom, boom, boom. Look out! And then whoosh, right across the table. The table dressing the candelabra gets swept away. Ignan gets soaked in water. Elsbeth gets soaked in water. Immediately, you can see steam and vapor coming off of. He's like, "Oh no!" As he stands up,
God.
As everyone just gets drenched in ice cold water.
Oh no! I am so sorry.
Guano says, "My ice water."
It is ice water. It's very. I hope you're okay, Elsbeth. It'll take me a couple of minutes to dry up, but we are.
Are you sure you're okay? He says, looking at him.
He's gonna do a quick Arcana check. Actually, no, he'll do a perception check.
Elspeth is shivering and she looks down and she could cut glass.
Ignan cannot make Hyder. He's more caught up in the moment. He's like, I'm okay. So everyone is like, I'm so sorry. This is just an unfortunate accident for everybody.
Mari is looking respectfully.
Yojin's right beside Mari, just with, the biggest gleeful look on their face.
Bucket will rush out of the kitchen and be like, "Oh dear, how unfortunate. We are terribly sorry, sir and madam." And seeing that Ignan is probably taking care of the dryness, Bucket will activate his Fire Giant's rune, and instead of using it to harm dry Elspeth,
it's just blow dryer.
He's like, actually, I've dealt with this situation before. Do you have a large towel I could borrow?
Right.
Yojin speaks up. You have to go to the back room to get that.
Say, oh, okay. I'll be right back. As you see Ignan walk, immediately his footsteps have already dried up. He's almost completely dry again.
As soon as he clears, Elsbeth turns to him and goes, "What is wrong with you? I'm trying to get information and you all are acting the fools."
Oh, don't give him too much information.
Daisy, tell him what you saw. Tell him what you read.
Got a note from his pocket. And
I did.
So just be careful what you tell him. Because it seems like it's like a list of information he wants from you.
Elsbeth's face kind of falls.
You look really pretty today, by the way.
You do. You really do.
It's like the only other dress I own. So it was just business.
I think it might even be worse than business.
In fairness, we were trying to do the same thing. Is it an exchange of information or is it no?
But it's rude when he does it. It's different when we do it.
Right.
When you talk about rude.
We're trying to save the world.
As you
here,
say-
and then I take my bar towel and I wipe you with my bar towel.
Bucket will dry you off. It's fine. Bucket will dry you off.
As
He's got
you
a
say
handle.
that, you see Ignan come back and say, I think I found a good one. And from season 7, the towels have recently been freshly replaced with like those big brown fluffy hotel towels. As you see Ignan come up to you as with, may I, as he opens it up and just kind of wraps you in it. And immediately it feels like you're just in like a bakery oven. Like it immediately just begins to warm you up, like coming out of a cold shower and having preheated towels waiting for you. He's like, I've done this a couple of times. It does help people who've been chilled to the bone.
Elsbeth melts.
And Elsbeth, you actually hear
Not literally.
in your mind, Elsbeth, you actually hear Ignan's voice. He says, "Is there somewhere more private we can go? I feel we've attracted some unwanted attention." You can reply in your mind as well.
Elsbeth thinks maybe just go for a walk.
It's like, we can, I need some privacy, I guess is what I'm aiming at.
What you could say to her, you could say to us.
Oh, you haven't
Did
heard
you
anything.
hear?
You haven't heard.
Oh,
His true sight doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Mari's getting up close to them because they've been silent for a while.
yeah, what's going on?
My eyes are closed and
Break
I'm
it up.
toasty in this burrito, this hot man burrito.
And isn't Bucket still standing there drying them?
Yeah. Absolutely. The hairdryer.
GM, do I know a place in Trollskull Manor? Or
there's a tons of places. There's the basement, there's the kitchen, there's upstairs, there's a meeting room upstairs, there's the fireplace room that they use to teleport people. That's back and reconstructed.
Come with me.
And I'll take him upstairs to the fireplace room.
Oh, the fireplace room's on the ground floor, but you can absolutely.
Oh, okay. Is it smaller than the tavern?
It's like maybe like a 10 by 10 foot type of. It's a very weird.
Okay.
As you come in, you see him kind of chuckle and laugh to himself as he says, "Oh yeah, this is familiar. This is what I hired you to go out and retrieve."
That's right.
Yojin was like,
Do I have to roll to follow them?
yeah, Yojin's like, was kind of like,
all
what the fuck, where are
following.
you
I'm
going?
kind of glaring at you all as we're leaving. Like, keep your shit together and let me do my job a little bit.
So
Don't let him take you to a secondary location.
But what about my ice water?
So warm.
I'm just taking my bar towel and like wiping things as I slowly get closer to them and
The
trying
wall.
to listen to what they're saying.
So the benefits of this
I'm no
room-
longer on the bar.
Just wiping the wall. So the benefits of this room are, one, it only has one door in, one door out. Everyone knows there's only one entrance and egress to it. The unfortunate side is it also has the ability to teleport if you have star
Yes.
charts with you.
Yeah, Yojin's standing at like in that doorway, just peeking, just their head out, peeking out.
You see Ingen actually reach over with his bottom of his foot, just reach out tippy toe, almost ballet dancer like, and then just click, closes the door with a click.
Oh, that was rude.
I don't like this.
Do you think she'll get murdered in there? Should we go save her?
I don't think she's going
have
to get
to-
murdered.
Daisy,
Have to-
Daisy, this isn't right. They're on the other side of it. We don't know what they're saying. What if he's mind whamming her?
Are there any?
They're
There's no
escape
windows in this room.
There's none whatsoever. The only
Give her a
the
minute.
Shit.
only in and out is the door, unless they do the teleport.
Is there like a picture
Okay.
with eyes that we can like push over the eyes and see through?
Unfortunately, not.
So there's no way we can creep on them.
You can do perception checks through the door. Absolutely.
Ooh,
Yes.
can we listen?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Bucket,
Okay, we're
bucket,
listening.
bucket, bring me one of those glasses. I need one of the glasses to
Walks
listen.
over, brings Yojin a freshly polished glass from the bar that Mari's just been like feverishly like trying to look busy.
Yojin looks at it. Oh, this is good work. Listens right
I've never
up against
cleaned
the
so
door.
hard in my life.
You see Ignan hold you by the shoulder, still wrapped in your towel, Elsbeth. And he says, "My sincerest apologies, but I feel."
No, listen. It's me who has to apologize. I have to apologize on behalf of their concern. Me? intention. And, well, I can understand that. They did not go about it in the tact way. But it really comes from a place of I'm going to lay my cards on the table now because there's a lot going on and it's much bigger than breakfast and warm towels.
You see Ignan nod in agreement. He's like, yes, I think we are on the same page as that.
Guys, she said something about laying on a table.
Oh, gross. I don't want to hear this.
But the reality is we don't know each other very well. And so I don't know if I can trust you. And I don't know if you can.
You see him look at you and said, very well. I will make the first step in establishing trust. As you see his form begin to shimmer, as you see these black bat-like wings kind of erupt from his back, his clothes fade, his skin turns deep scarlet red, and he's got that Patrick Swayze baby oil Chippendales body to him. As you see his eyes change a little bit, and he's got this short, flat, black, greased hair, and there's clearly an incubus standing in front of you. And he says, "This is who I am. This is who I actually am."
Is this an audible change? Like, can we hear the noise of him transforming?
Give me an Arcana check, Yojin.
Arcana. All right, that's a 17.
Oh yeah, it's more of a magical shimmer change, more of a magical something transmutation has happened in that room.
Yojin turns to Mari and is just like, they're doing something weird, something magical in there.
Gross.
I like the wings.
Thank you.
She likes his what?
You see Ingen look over to the door.
Purely out of concern, I promise you. Okay. I appreciate the honesty. What is your role in all of this?
He says,
what is your intentions?
Do you know what the Blood War is?
The Blood War?
Yes.
DM, do I know what the Blood War is?
It's pretty famous enough. I'd say give me a history check.
I am a lore bard,
yeah.
so...
History check DC 10. Oh, yeah.
Oh, but I rolled a 19.
You know that the Blood War it's been going on for eons. It's literally the war between devils and demons over the fate of who gets to control souls.
Was that what they trapped Dormu? Was that the same war that the Deva was talking about?
That was not the same war. That was a war between celestials and demons. But it's still being fought, and demons and devils in the same room will burn down the castle to catch their opponents in the flames type of deal.
And do I know what's standing in front of me is a demon or a devil?
Incubus are devils.
Incubus, devil.
Yeah.
I'm vaguely familiar.
Says, well, after fulfilling some bargains or some deals with the owners of Trollskull Manor, I caught wind of some demonic presence inside Waterdeep and decided to, as incubi and succubi do so well, is make myself part of the inner circle. And there has been some demon worship that will greatly unbalance the material realm. And when I saw your group come in to save the Owlbears, that's when I knew these are people who can help.
So you need my help. Our help.
As much as you need mine.
So I would know
DM that devils are going to be against Dormu for sure. That would be like I said, the blood of absolute.
It's very much.
I would trust that intention.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend type of deal.
Right. Are you prepared to be this honest, or are you okay with me being this, Mike? Because we don't keep secrets, because that will kill people. Genuine. I'm fine not revealing your true form to anyone outside of this circle, but the reality is we're going to be working very closely together.
He says, well, the only people I have concerns about are the paladins outside, which is why I've decided
I would agree.
If they're any good at their skills or their abilities, they probably already know that there's a fiend in here already. There's quite a few things I'd be setting off paladins' radar: undead, fiends, the celestials.
Aye, but it's not uncommon for you to come to the manor, so it's not that out of the realm of normality as far as Trollskull goes.
If I know my average paladins, that anything outside the realm of normal is probably too much for them.
Well, I've pantsed a few of them in my life, so I'm not too worried about them. I'm more worried about Dormu. And I know you know who that is.
Yes. So the things I have concerns about is the couple I've been working for and keeping tabs on. There's an altar to Dormu in their basement. And they are growing something. I don't know what, but there's pustules, these fleshy sacs attached to the wall, attached to the floor. I don't know what they're growing. It's beyond my capability and means, but they get bigger every day.
Dormu's trying to escape Enchanted Forest, and there's fungus. Kills anything, infects everything. And there's a group that's been sending people innocent people from Waterdeep into the forest just to be infected and then brought back here. So it's trying to spread, it's trying to reach, and we're trying to stop it. But there's several fronts, I think.
When you say the fungus, you see him actually pause for a moment. You say, is it like a bluish green, purplish greenish orange, or a purplish orangish, bluish orangish type of fungus?
Aye.
And he says, that's growing in the basement as well, but they're exporting it as food goods across the city.
Like they're putting it in regular food and selling it and sending it out.
They're selling it as garnish to restaurants and bakers and chefs.
That's it. And anyone who's infected becomes a worshipper of
Worshipper?
Have you seen the golden eyes?
Oh, yes. The golden eyes have been aplenty in Waterdeep. I wouldn't say willingly worshippers, but easier to control.
Exactly.
And it's a slow decay, because the people who get more decayed and more desiccated by this infection, they end up at that compound in the basement, tending to whatever those fleshy pods are.
See. Okay.
And they have a golden orb down there as well, and they seem very, I haven't been able to figure it out, but they seem very preoccupied with that.
Oh, I haven't seen anything like that yet, but just the golden eyes. Do you think they're connected?
He says it does have an eye-like shape to it. It's got like a little kind of slit.
There's some in the forest. We heard talk of the eyes of Dormu, so that may be. I mean, it sounds like it might match the description, but I don't know how many of them there are, and if they're trying to collect them all or something like.
I'll see if I can get more information on it, but from what I do know is that the Callahans who own the establishment have been, especially the past couple of days, have been fascinated, fixated on it.
Evil Al's involved as well. We tried to catch him, but he escaped.
He's been to the residence a few times. He's been operating things in the sewers. He also has. Do you
mind if I call the rest of my friends in now so we can discuss this properly?
I think we can go outside. As you see him takes his original shape again. Merely for the paladin standing outside the window.
I'm going to be honest with you again, because I've only ever been honest with you, genuine. But if you're playing us, my friends will kill you.
He says, I fully understand. And for what it means from someone who's been down on the levels of hell for quite a bit, I am being absolutely sincere about this with you. That Dormu presents not only a threat to my kind, but to the material realm as well. That if he's able to fuel up an army from the material realm, he would wash over us with great ease.
DM, do I believe him?
Give me an insight check. You get advantage on this roll. Dirty 20. He's talking. There's no movement in his face. In fact, almost like a encouraging smile, like a supportive smile. He's telling you the full truth.
I believe you, and you have my truth, and I will vouch to the rest of the group. And I think that we could really work together on this. And I'm sorry that it didn't turn into much of a date, but I guess you weren't really here for that in any way.
He says, he kind of smiles and says, well, like most things in life, business before pleasure. As you see him reach over to the doorknob and pull it open, I'm going to need Mari, Yojin, and Daisy to give me dexterity save. Acrobatics check.
Acrobatics, yes.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I actually did well on this one.
16.
16 from Yojin.
23 again.
Nice.
Everyone describe how you tumble and land perfectly inside or not. As soon as the weight of the door removes itself, how do you balance or tumble in or tumble backwards?
I'm still I'm leaning, and I'm leaning against the air that the door was once at.
Perfect.
And I just say, oh, and I just pull it into a weird stretch, and then I start wiping with the cloth again. Just oh, sorry. What's going on, guys?
Yojin does a nice little side tumble, but successfully lands on her 2 feet, and she's got the glass in one, and then she kind of puts it up to the air and be like, yeah, Bucket does a great cleaning job. Look at that.
Daisy?
She's never been trying to hide at all. She just folds her arms and is standing there.
Elsbeth puts her hands up. She's just like, right, cards are on the table.
Guano, he activates a spiritual weapon, and it's this giant sword, and he points it at him and goes, fess up.
Right, he did.
You see him put up his hands.
He did already. Listen.
I want to see your real face. And then he takes his glasses off all cool, from the guy from CSI Miami.
Nice.
Yeah.
And his eyes activate.
David Caruso.
Yeah, David Caruso. It's time for us to see your other face.
Yeah!
1 second, let me roll.
Is that going to be intimidation or?
It's guaranteed.
It's
that's a performance check right there.
Yeah, it's straight up charisma.
You see him say, I will show you my true face in a more secure location. As you see him look at eyeballs outside the window, he's like, this is probably not the most secure of
Everyone
spots.
get in here. Come on. Inside,
That's
shut
what
the
they
door.
always say,
Everyone
secure. Wait, we need to, I think Bucket's still cleaning. Bucket!
Go get him.
He knows, Bucket.
Bucket, put down your mop.
Bucket comes with the 2 plates of food that were ordered.
It's just been him alone in the kitchen, just like need the syrup.
Thanks a lot, guys.
The meals are ready.
It's like it does smell
famished.
good. Let's have a meeting inside the fireplace room. As you see Ingen invite you all in, as he and Elsbeth inform you of, catch you up to speed on what's going on. And that is actually at the hour mark, and we're going to call it quits there for this section.
That was awesome.
Thank you so much, everybody. That was awesome. We got
Great
some
job.
information, a nice group date moment, as it were. And some more things to reveal as we now venture into the cultist and the cure part of Volume 2 as we begin to see what's going to happen in the sewers and in that estate of what's going on. I'm delighted how this has all gone down. This has been splendid and wonderful. Everybody has been
Congrats.
Amazing.
Good to see
hijinks.
everyone.
Yeah,
Hijinks.
I think we'd run the restaurant pretty well, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Or we would get 1 star on Yelp.